Hi. We always say women have to multitask, women have to juggle a lot of things. And in that regard, we have a very interesting person with us here today who doesn't juggle just what all women juggle. She's juggled everything from a financial services career to volunteer work to being a trainer and a whole host of other things. Today, we welcome to our conversation on this Women's Day, Snehal Dixit. Snehal, you've juggled, forget juggle, it's like multiple jugglers being juggled out here. How do you do it? Or more to the point, why do you do it?
Okay, so I think by nature, by God grace, women are jugglers. Women are natural fighters and they like to do a lot of things as a multitasking. So I think I am not some unique woman that I am doing it. I think everybody does it, everybody like it. Some can manage it better, some can manage it little lesser, but I think every woman manages it. And from personal life to professional life to social life, it's a journey. So juggling from one step to other step and achieving different step is natural success for me, I think, so far.
Excellent. So now in that jugglery, you have a very interesting perspective because you've worked inside financial services, right? And so I'm guessing that you have a very unique perspective to how women manage their money. So we'd like to know from you how you've managed your money. Where did your journey start from before you got into financial services? And how did it change during financial services? And where are you at now?
So, when I was 21, I got married. I gave my BCom paper and I got married. So, I wanted to learn further. I wanted to do the post-graduation. At the same time, I wanted to work. And my family and my husband always supported that. Okay. But when I got into a small broker's office called Mangalmurti Investments, it is a share broker's office, and they used to trade in Ring because at that time Ring was there. Okay. I was not even aware about how to fill up the check. So if you ask me, my journey has actually started writing check, understanding how to write the check, how to go to the bank, how to deposit the check, how to fill up the pay slip also. So from there my journey started, and I started writing A, B, C, D, and then it was just it's like time flies. I learned that A to Z journey very fast. And it was so interesting. I started managing the office fully, talking to customer, talking about the products. It just started. It's like, I'm learning these concepts for ages. It has happened so. And then the day came when I got the opportunity first to get into a big corporate. And that is how my journey started with Kotak.
Excellent. And where has that group gone today? From the days of Kotak Mahindra Finance Limited to the huge conglomerate that Kotak Bank is, I think that's been a very interesting transition for them, and I'm guessing for everybody that worked with them in the earlier days. So my other question for you now is, what does money do for you, right? We are talking about finance out here, right? We are talking about your savings, we are talking about investment. So because money is a means to an end, right? What is that end for you?
So let me tell you one thing. Let whoever say कि पैसे की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है, पैसा क्या करना है finally, बाद में सब छोड़ के ऊपर जाना है. लेकिन let me tell you guys, money is very, very important. It's like oxygen to you. See, if you don't have oxygen, sometimes you have to borrow the oxygen and then you have to inhale and exhale, right? It is the same. If you don't have money, you have to borrow the money, and that is very wrong. See, borrowing the oxygen is fine, but borrowing the money is absolutely not fine. So you have to plan well your money. And for that, it is a journey. Whether you are a homemaker or whether you are a professional, finally, bottom line is that you have to manage the money. Every woman should take out a time and she should start investing from herself, and she should understand every basic concept of money. That is what I feel. Because if women will not learn, the entire house will not learn. And over dependency on anybody is not good. So women by nature are dependent on their parents, on their brothers, sisters, on their spouses, in-laws. But why? Because they feel that they will manage the money. But something happens suddenly one fine day, everything gets ruined. It is better you start your money journey from the beginning. The way you start your cooking journey in kitchen, the way you do your profession, the way you do your social life, the way you do all your family life, that is how your money journey should start, from A. And every woman should learn it, so that she is not dependent on anybody in future for her money, whether to manage the money or to enjoy the money. Women should be independent.
Right, and I'm guessing that if you don't have the time, if you're multitasking, if you're juggling, there's enough professional help outside that you can access, and therefore the important thing is to take the first step. One of the interesting points that you mentioned is that when the woman of the house is financially literate, right, everybody else gets a little better in what they do. How do you think that beyond their families can women help other women? Right. One, of course, is that stories such as yours. Right. When you look at when a woman who's hesitant to take the first step looks at what all you've done, and purely because you had support very early in your life. You had responsibilities at the age of 21, and you started on this journey. You had support, and you got there. And they say, okay, fine, this is possible. They may or may not have that support. So, what do you think that what should women do to support other women, and where should women get the support that they think they need?
So I feel, there are different support systems available. You may get from your house, you may get from outside, you may get from your friends, you may get from your relatives, you may get from your elders. So you have to decide your support system. If your spouse is not supporting you, that doesn't mean it's the end of life. You will get somebody who will support you. So I always feel that whenever we friends meet, you go for many kitty parties, you have different friend circles, you have different relative circles. You can always discuss money in that. See, we discuss only joy, we discuss only entertainment, we never discuss money. We feel money is too private to discuss. But fine, your investment can be private to discuss, but the options you can always discuss. You can always say, hey, look at mutual funds. Hey, look at gold ETFs. Look at ETFs as an option. Look at index funds as an option. Nobody is stopping you to have a conversation. See, when we meet, we have different conversation with different people. That is how you should start the conversation with your friend, with your relative at ease. And I think that is a natural running. When you're going for a kitty party, you can always take out 5-10 minutes just to update about the money. I don't think so it is very unusual, though it may look like unusual that what this lady is talking about. But I think once you start talking this, I think in every kitty party you may get invited. Oh, last time you did this, now you teach me this. And that is how life goes. You start conversing. Now, nowadays what happens, you have too many WhatsApp groups. You have a family WhatsApp group, friends WhatsApp group, school WhatsApp group,
college,
you
and
can
so on,
absolutely. So you can share a lot of information on that as well. So I do this. I have so many groups and I share a lot of information on these groups. And people then DM me personally saying that, Snehal, can you please explain me this? What is this about? And I really enjoy this. And people also understand that yes, there are different ways to discuss the finance. It's just not, that what you read on the social media, what you see on the social media. But there are such kind of informal relationships where you can actually learn far better. Because here, there is no expectation. You're just naturally learning from each other's experience, each other's knowledge. And I think as a friend, as a relative, the mentality better. So accordingly, you can explain that person, you can tell the risk, you can tell the rewards.
That's excellent. So I think the big lesson out here is start a conversation.
Absolutely.
Don't be hesitant to ask. And once you start asking, not only do you get the answers, you're in a position to give the answers as well. You get support, but you're also in a position to give support. And that in itself basically takes care of how half the population of this country is going to pull the other half of the population of this country out into the, I guess, the next $10 trillion economy.
Absolutely.
And on that, I guess we're a little bit out of time, but we'd love to continue this conversation again at a later date. Snehal, thank you so much for coming here and sharing your experiences, both as an entrepreneur, as a volunteer, as a financial services professional, where you started from and where you've come to. And I'm sure a lot of people will find this inspiring. We hope to see you again soon, and thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Okay.